Hello, welcome back to my channel, and I'm telling my side of terrible teachers from Bubbs. Yeah, Bubbs. Ugh. I'll tell you my
Hey
side
guys,
first
what's
before
going
I
on?
was young.
I just wanted to talk about my terrible teachers. Yay. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with me being younger, and I'll progress, is what I'll do.
Being younger.
That's my plan. That's what I plan to do. Just saying that, I'm gonna, get older. These teachers are gonna be preschool to kindergarten. So, starting is
He was fourth
the
grade.
first worst teacher I had was in first grade, or no, kindergarten. This teacher would just go out of her way to embarrass me, yell at me. One time she sent me down to the principal's office for talking while she was talking. When other kids would do it, they were fine.
Okay, I forgot who he had for first grade, but it was like we used to go to a private school. Now we go to public school in where we live. I cannot sell that private information out for all the creeps who want to come stalk me. I don't know who would want to do that, but I can't. Undisclosed location, can't tell you. But I don't. First grade was the first year he came to the new school. I forgot who he had, but I think it was. I'm not gonna say her name because I'm not. I think I know who the teacher. Like she, I was in the classroom next door, like next to it across the hall. I could hear her screaming when both the doors were shut at her kids. Like, I'm happy I don't have that teacher. Like, I was really happy. At least my teacher was nice. And I don't know why you'd send a kindergartner. No, first grader. Yeah, first grader. To the principal's office for talking while the teacher is. I, I still talk. I still talk over the teacher, and I don't send to the principal's office. No more
Um,
first grade.
she sucked. She was a really bad teacher.
Oh, that's mean.
And sorry about the gameplay. I know I'm really bad, but
I mean,
that's not the point.
Always nice to be
And
friends.
first grade was all right. Second grade, she was an amazing teacher.
I remember.
Third grade,
Yeah, second grade, she was really nice.
she sucked. She just okay. Well, one reason is we were kind of like goofing around. Everybody was,
Yeah, like always.
and you know, and she asked me to, answer the question, and I said, "Oh, sorry, I forgot the answer to the question," which I did. She looks me in the eyes and says, "No, you didn't." And I'm sitting in the room, and I'm like, "What did she? Is she allowed to say that to me?"
I don't think teachers are allowed to yell at you for not knowing the answer to the question. Like my teacher now will be like, you don't say the. If you, like there was this girl earlier today in my class, and she raises her hand for the answer, and the teacher calls on her, and she just goes, "Okay, okay, what's the answer?" And the girl just sits there going, um, 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 uh, I, and then she just sits down. And I can hear, across the room, I could hear some kid yell, "Why did you raise your hand if you didn't know the answer?" Okay, I can't, I'm not going to talk about that right now there. Back to this.
And that was just crazy. That just made me mad. I ended up having to answer the question. Couldn't skip. Couldn't move on to anyone. I had to answer the question.
And that was just a third grade.
She sucked.
Just a little mean also.
Actually, my preschool teacher, there was some bad things. I had 2 years of preschool. The first one went by pretty well. But
This is what I can say. I'm one of the kids in this.
second one, they had their expectations so high, it was just crazy.
For a 4-year-old.
So, yeah. The first thing that really happened that set me off about this teacher, everything else wasn't really a red flag. I mean, like some things she would do, but at the time I was just so little I didn't understand. One of the things she did is, well, the first thing she did is we had nap time. Yeah. We had 3 hours out of the day because it was preschool. So, what I decided to do is get a spot close to the TV because they would put movies on so you could fall asleep watching a movie. And I was just kind of talking to my friend. You were allowed to. I was the one that got yelled at, not my friend. I mean, my friend was like, "Huh, you got yelled at," but
yes, I was that friend. Like, I don't know why. I remember she was just yelling at him. Like nap time, we'd sit next to each other, and while she wasn't looking, we would talk to each other. And then when she turned back to look, we'd look like we were asleep on the floor, with pillows and blankets and stuff that she gave us. I remember that, and then I also remember the giggling because I was 4 years old or 3 years old. But I remember the giggling. You got in trouble, and I still do that to make him mad because he sits behind me in class.
my friend was just like, "Huh? I was talking."
Yeah, I did admit I was talking to you. Still, I won't do that anymore though, because then I'll really get in trouble.
Too. The teacher was like, no, he was the one that started the conversation when I didn't.
Also can admit I was the one who started that conversation, because I do remember that also.
So that was the first thing that set me off. This was the worst teacher, so I'm saving it for last.
I did not like this teacher. Was nice to be mean to him. I had our other friends, Sleety Sand, who I play with sometimes. He's one of the other friends. He was in our class also. And there's the next story. I'll tell you after, but I definitely also remember this like it was yesterday.
Sorry that it was preschool and I said I was gonna go from older age. But yeah, this teacher just she was mean. That was the first thing that set me off. Now, one major thing that she did was probably I was kind of coloring and stuff, and broke one of my crayons. And it was one of the teacher's crayons. They would hand them out. And she looks at me and she goes, "Oh, you broke the crayon? Oh my God. I just can't believe you. We pay for these, We pay for these and you're just going to ruin them. The classmates could have used those." Sorry, that was my best teacher voice. But
very good teacher voice.
I was like, sorry, I didn't mean to. And my friend was ripping the paper off, and she leaned over to the other kid who was next to me and was like, "Don't do that, honey." And I was like, "What?"
I was the friend peeling the wrapper off the crayon. And I do remember the teacher yelling at him because he broke a crayon in half. After I just broke 4 of them in half after she wasn't looking and threw them into my desk.
Are you allowed to do that? I didn't say it, but I was just flabbergasted at the
funny word, flabbergasted.
Fact that she would do this.
Flabbergasted.
And she just got so mad all the time for me just accidentally messing up the crayon incident. So, she was just so mean.
This teacher, I remember this. This teacher was so nice to everybody except him, Bubbs. One other kid, forgot his name. He always picked his nose. And the second the teacher saw it, she'd make him wash his hands. And then, And then the next, like, it was like 20 times a day or like 30 times a day. Every day. Every day. And then, like, once a week, he'd come in with, like, really cracked hands or, like, like cracked skin on his hands everywhere, all over it, because the teacher would make him wash his hands. And then she'd be like, "Oh, are you okay? You want some cream?" And then she'd go over to her desk and look through her cream, and then she'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any. I keep forgetting it at my house." And then the kid would be like over there pouting because his hands were hurting all day, still picking his nose and having to wash it and making it burn even worse. She was so mean. Like, what do you have? I know it's like sanitary, but this is way before COVID. And it was like the middle of summer, not like people were getting the flu or anything. And she was still yelling at him.
Nap time was just a whole other thing.
I mean, I actually kind of slept. I wish I still had nap time. Not because I'm a baby, but sleep's more fun than learning.
She would yell at me. She would ruin whatever was on. I mean, sometimes she was alright. Most of
She would keep pausing it like I am now, just but for little insights for me. But she'd keep pausing it to yell at everybody, not like just turn it down a little bit and yell at them. She'd like completely pause it like I've been, and then yell at us for like 5 minutes. We're in pre-K, and then she'd just
she
keep
was
going, and so it happened every like 5 minutes for us talking.
mean. That's about it. You guys can enjoy the gameplay. 6 minutes in. Yeah. You guys can enjoy the gameplay. Hope you all have a good day. See you later.
Yeah, okay. That was my insight on Terrible Teachers. How long ago was this? March 9th. Okay. Today is February 9th, 2022, and this was March 9th, so a year and a half. Not even, like 11 months ago exactly today. Okay, so it was actually that. I don't know what that is. Why is that in my recommended? Okay, that was my insight on Bubbs Terrible Teachers. Also, he hasn't said this on his channel yet. I know we were talking about this at school. He wants a new name for his channel. If anybody wants to like comment any names, I could tell him. Go comment them on his videos. Just say I sent you. Try to come up with any good names, not bad ones, because he wants to rename his channel. Thanks for watching and stealing this from him. And goodbye.